Welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. Pull up a bar stool and join us for a random conversation, guaranteed to make you think or your money back.
And hello, welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. My name is Sam.
And I'm Chris. Yay!
This is episode 61. We're recording this Christmas Eve. Christmas will be tomorrow, and you're going to hear this after
too.
Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Chris
Cool.
doesn't follow Christmas, so that's okay.
I actually always have that problem. People go, oh, yeah, on Christmas Day. I'm like, what date is that? Because I always get them mixed up, 24, 25th, 26th. I'm like, one of them. It's one of them.
Yeah,
and,
I suppose.
and I have to stop and think about it. But anyway, that's all good.
Well,
that's
look at a calendar, a free one that you got from Robert Harris.
Yeah, I'm pretty crap with dates, as you know, so it's all good. It's all good. This is really early for us because this will be published on the Sunday, and it's only... Is it Friday today?
No, it's Thursday today.
Man, okay.
We've done them earlier.
Yeah, we have actually. My days are all screwed up. I don't know what day it is, to be honest. I wondered why people were putting the rubbish out today. I was like, why are they doing it now on Friday? Anyway.
Your life is full of mysteries. It's an enigma.
Oh, yes. The domestic information that all our listeners need not know that I'm just sharing today is amazing. Mind-blowing stuff. Mind-blowing.
Yep, mind-blowing for someone. We better kick...
Anyway, keep going.
We better kick this off. We've both seen Star Wars.
Yes.
And we've just been having big conversations on Facebook about it.
Yes. One of our friends, Sash Nixon, who has been on the podcast a while back.
Yes.
He's a huge Star Wars fan, which is cool, and I would have considered myself a Star Wars fan. Probably not huge, but, I'm a Star Wars fan. Yeah, he's defending this to the death, and I'm not overly impressed with it. I think I said that last podcast, eh?
Yeah, I mean, no spoilers, of course, if you're worried about that. But I don't know, I like it as a film.
Yeah, it's a good film. Like, I'm not saying, I think I said last time, you should watch it. You should definitely watch it. I think my expectations were a bit too high. I thought I'd probably go and see it twice, but I'm like, nah.
I don't really have expectations for movies, and I also don't really analyze them at all. I just watch it and go, yeah, that was good or that was crap.
But our friend Roy has just put the biggest Facebook post I think I've read in this year from anybody, where he's analysed
broken it down.
The movie. So if you're listening to this, Roy, well done. I am really annoyed with your spelling. The differences between where and were and there. Annoying, but otherwise, very good content. And we've just been reading through it and talking about analysed to the nth degree. But yeah, he was less than impressed with it. Also, he said something that I felt I tried not to say because I reckoned if I said it, it would be trolling. But the guys would think I'm trolling. But I'm like, yeah, no, this isn't as good as the prequels. The prequels had better storyline.
Yep. Just talking about bad spelling, and we'll move on from Star Wars because you can read anything online about that.
Yeah.
You know what the word of the year is, this year?
Donald Trump.
This is gonna this is gonna upset you. Honestly, that is the word of the year.
An emoticon.
Yeah, the old emoji, the smiley face with the tears.
Smiley face with the tears, because that's new, is it?
No, it's been around a little while.
I saw that on my phone. I'm like, smiley face with tears. I haven't ever used that, and I use emojis more than most people I know.
Apparently, Oxford Dictionaries wrote in their recent press release, "Don't get butthurt about our bants."
What?
I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, they've decided that's word of the year. So, spelling doesn't matter, Chris. Don't worry about it.
No. Hey, can I have a bit of a rant now?
Yes.
This Prime Minister joke, have you're up to date with this?
Vaguely.
So John Key gets put onto...
I just want to state I don't watch the news anymore. I don't care.
Yeah. So John Key gets put onto a radio thing. And,
yes.
And his press people put him on these publicity things all the time, paying beer pong. And he's known, our Prime Minister is known for doing a bunch of dumb things, which I think is pretty cool because, it's like he's a real person.
He actually sung.
Yeah, he's done karaoke.
Just the other day,
stuff,
he
right?
sang a Christmas carol, which is terrible.
Yeah, so anyway, what happened was he got put on, I think it was The Rock.
It was The Rock.
It was The Rock,
they do have a competition running.
Yeah.
Where their newest employee, Tom, he's a comedian, he's stuck in a cage and he's not allowed out until their Facebook page gets 100,000 likes. That's the background info.
So this gives you an idea of how intellectual The Rock is.
Yeah,
As in
sometimes.
not at all. And so anyway, so they got the Prime Minister and he gets into the cage. Initially he goes, no, I'm not getting into the cage. I'm not getting into the cage. But his press secretary basically says, you got to get in the cage, John. Play the game. Play the game. These guys are voters.
Yeah, they're all dumb.
So he gets into the cage and the guy, it's basically a setup. The broadcaster drops some soap and says, well, you're going to pick that up. And John Key bends over, picks up the soap and they're all laughing about it.
Yeah.
And he goes, I don't know where this has been, because I think I don't know that he doesn't get the bend over in the cage and get the soap joke like he said he doesn't.
Yeah,
which
okay.
is a bit of a worry if he doesn't.
For such
seriously.
a so-called smart, intelligent man.
But he did say some stupid things, but they weren't really inflammatory. It was like, I don't know where this has been, and it's a bit greasy and filthy or something, and that was it, right? Okay. Dumb stunt. My recommendation to him is we should not have him going on to some of these stupid radio shows that, ask him whether he trims his pubic hair and all that sort of stuff.
It makes you wonder how busy he really is.
Well, but they shouldn't be doing that. But no, what they're doing, they've taken it way too far and they're saying, hey, he's supporting rape and he's making rape jokes. No, he didn't make the joke. He was the butt of the rape joke, if if you don't mind the pun.
Double joke.
But he was the butt of the joke. And, and they're going on and on about it. Get over it.
I thought there was an actual specific full-on...
No, he didn't make a rape joke. That was it. That was the whole thing. And it's just like they're making news out of nothing. And it's pissing me off. Now...
They have to, because it's the end of the year.
I mean, okay, I know a lot of people don't like John Key. I'm not overly impressed with him, but he's by far the best politician we've got.
And I think that's it. That's the point. You just hit the nail on the head. They've spoken about it and they've said who is up and coming and who can fill that role. And it's actually America's probably the same, really.
Yeah, I tell you who would have it in a heartbeat is our Prime Minister. It's the Prime Minister of frickin' Canada. Justin Trudeau. He is the dude, man. I've seen like 2 or 3 things, I think on Facebook or whatever, video clips, where he's answered really cleverly and really thoughtfully some great questions. And then one of them was, what would you like to say about Donald Trump and what he's been saying lately? And he put it so well, really well. And I'm not going to even try and do it justice, so you can look that up and yourself and what have you. But basically, he made it clear what he thought without butchering Donald Trump in a way that if Donald Trump does become Prime Minister, he's got to have that relationship with them because the neighbours and shit. So anyway, so that is one of my rants. Sorry, I had to get that out.
That's good. I love how you said it was one of your rants, and there's probably more.
Yeah.
It's building up. It's the end of the year. Chris has got lots of time on his hand at the moment waiting for work.
I know. I'm actually quite broke right now. Quite broke. That's all right. Hopefully I'll pay the next rent. After that, it might be a bit of body selling body parts. I don't know. Do you get paid for donating blood in this country?
No.
Semen?
No.
Bugger. Okay, so anyway, oh yeah. The other thing that I'm going to rant about is Release 66.
I read that. And it didn't even make sense. I was like, what's Release 66? And then I just clicked what that was.
Yeah, so Les Mills has a release of their
group
aerobics,
fitness classes.
And I'm a big fan of the Body Combat. And so the latest release was crap. And I've decided I'm definitely letting somebody know about it. This is the first time I've ever wanted to do this. It's taken me 4 days to get the information through to potentially the right person, but in the end it went onto a survey form, and I bet it'll never get looked at. And they use SurveyMonkey.
Yeah, of course they do.
I emailed different I got on Facebook and they said email this person. I emailed this person. She sent me a link. I go to a link and you've got to be an instructor. So she assumed I was an instructor, which I definitely said I was a member. And then I went back to the Facebook and they said, oh no, we'll get her to email you. And she emailed me with another link to another place that didn't really work, but I ended up going around and around and around on the site till I found survey and put it in there and copied and pasted my whole big long email into the note thing. And they really don't care.
No, they don't. They do not care. They are all about the money. They're money hungry.
the thing was, and I saw a talk by Steve. I want to say Steve James, something like that.
Just make up a name.
He's the GM of IT for Les Mills, and their customers are the instructors. That's who they focus on.
The IT people or Les Mills?
Les Mills.
Oh, okay.
Les Mills International. They have 100,000 customers.
Yeah.
100,000 instructors. That's who they focus on.
Oh, right.
And the end user, the guy that turns up at the gym, isn't really considered that much. So, yeah, that was interesting.
No.
So,
anyway. I can imagine that.
But that's one way of running your business, you know. And if you really want to screw it up, you get the guy that did the announcement for the winner of Miss World this week.
Yeah, that's great.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that's old. What's the dude's name?
I can't remember either now. I don't know. I didn't know who he was. But, so he says, the winner is Miss Columbia, the crowner, put the crown on, all that sort of crap. And then, I don't know how to see this. And I must apologize. But the winner is, you're the first runner-up. The winner is Miss Philippines. So
close enough.
Miss Philippines looked pretty hot, I have to say, and she definitely looked pretty bloody happy when that happened. So that was pretty cool. And I wonder, do you think that was a setup? Do you think that was done on purpose?
No.
Because it made worldwide. You know, I didn't even know that Miss World was on. I wouldn't have a clue. I wouldn't be interested, really. Maybe I'm just too old for that crap
Steve
now.
Harvey was the guy announcing
Steve Harvey, that's right.
He has a talk show in the States.
You don't think it was, planned conspiracy theory styles?
Think about it from the other point of view then. So I assume he read it from the card when he opened the envelope?
If it says first runner-up, I can see how he went and first place is.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm just trying to think from his point of view how it works.
I mean, I could see you making that mistake, but it's such a fortuitous mistake, and the cameras, mind you, I suppose they have multiple cameras on everybody, so they would have had that footage. But
yeah, they would have had that
footage. They had was gold. So it's actually done them more good that this cock up.
Yeah, but
than if they had just done it normally.
But at the end of the day, if they're trying to drive people to watch the show, and people watch rebroadcasts, and those rebroadcasts have advertisements in them and all that, what are they going to do next year? They're not going to go, we'll do it properly, because how are they going to drive more people to watch it? No, I don't think it was done on purpose. It doesn't make much sense to me.
I think it might have done, Ben. I actually think, somebody might have said, right, this is what we're going to do. But yeah, anyway, that's just me.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I reckon. So what else is up?
Oh, we're going to cover your amazing Tinder story. We need to.
It's not amazing Tinder story.
You put this thing there, and you've told me about it. So we need a what? We should have a little intro for Chris's Tinder life.
Oh yeah, because it's not like anything like the guy in Harley Tinder, whatever they had. What was their called?
They have the troll hole.
No, they had a Tinder segment, but now they both got girlfriends.
Oh, they did. They did.
I can't remember what it was called though. It'll pop into my mind later. No, I've got to say, because I don't know why this happened. So, okay, let's go back to the beginning of the story. We had a few drinks the other night. Well, me and Alan and Tash,
the actual flatmate. I love how you remember don't remember our actual flatmate, but you remember her friend.
Yeah. We're drinking, and Tinder came out, and we're all on our own Tinder, so I don't know why. And I only bring out the Tinder when I'm drunk, I'm pretty sure, and then I'll swipe a few times, and then I'll leave it and look at it 6 months' time. That's pretty much what happens.
Does it not have alerts on your phone?
It does, but I usually just ignore them. But anyway,
just
so
like
this
those
time,
10,000 emails you have.
This time I swiped a couple of rights, and I got a couple of matches or whatever you call it. So we started a conversation. So I've only ever conversed like 3 times before, and it's been one sentence, never heard anything again. And I ended up chatting to this chick.
How do you start these conversations off? Because
you're ask. So anyway, you have played with my Tinder almost as much as I have.
Yeah, that's true.
But Anyway, we had this really good conversation with Tiffany, possibly because I was hungover the next day and I'm lying in bed going, oh, yeah. So we talked about some of the movie stuff, and I sent a link to Daredevil online and stuff. And so she saw me in the movie and stuff. And then she sent me her...
She does realise the movie thing making no money, eh?
I don't know. But she sent me her phone number and said, oh, well, do you want to catch up for a coffee? Give me a call this week. And I said, I'd love to, but this week's going to be real busy. Like I had the AC/DC concert in Auckland, and I had 2 other definite jobs in Auckland and 2 possible Auckland jobs. I said, I'm going to be out of town all week.
And I have
Friday.
to podcast.
Yeah, and I have to podcast because that's what my life is. And and so she goes, oh, yeah, no, I understand. So that's cool. Anyway, I had a busy week. Friday, I probably should have called her or whatever. I don't remember. And then I put it off Saturday and Sunday. And Sunday night, I'm like, right, tomorrow I'll call this chick. And then Monday, I didn't. And then Tuesday morning, right, got into Tinder, went to find a phone number. She blocked the conversation.
Yeah. We don't know if that's...
Now, I don't know why that is. If it's because I'm useless with this whole women thing, dating thing.
Yes,
I don't think our listeners would have any idea how useless I am.
No, I think they've got an idea.
Beyond useless. But so I don't know if it's because I didn't call earlier, or if it's because actually I don't know. But then I thought, well, I'll mention it on this podcast, because if she's stalking me now and listening to me, I'll say, look, Tiffany, I did actually want to give you a call and catch up for coffee.
We just want to stay.
But I was really busy, and then I was a bit slack because I'm slack.
Chris is slack with women and technology sometimes.
But then I thought, okay, so I'm telling her now that she should call me. Then I thought, oh, hang on, maybe she found the Chris and Sam podcast. She listened to a couple, and that's when she blocked me.
No, that's not what happened. Of course not.
Maybe. You
think she'd want to meet you in person just to hear the laugh in person?
I don't know about that. So that was my Tinder story, which is like the most amazing Tinder story ever. Not.
If anyone's going, I think it's building up. It's going to be building up to an amazing Tinder story. So you need to get back on that thing, especially tomorrow, and start swiping whatever you do. Actually, Google funny Tinder initial things. Like there's these
funny Tinder initials.
Funny Tinder initial conversations.
All right.
And there's some really clever ones, and these people open with a joke. That's what you need to do. So you just
joke.
So if you find someone, message them and go, "Hey, there's still a present here for you. Do you want to unwrap it?" Just something like that.
That's not a joke. That's creepy or dorky or
whatever. But it's going to work for you, Chris. It's Christmas. You're going to find someone, and that's going to lead to more amazing Tinder stories.
I don't know. I had a conversation on Facebook with a girl I know who's single, and she
did she block you?
No. She had the whole issue as well. Somebody was going on about, they posted something and it was like, this is what it's like if you get single for Christmas. And it's like, bullshit. I think I'd freak out more if I ended up having a girlfriend for Christmas. I'd be more like, can we just break up and then resume somewhere in January or something? Because I don't want to have to buy presents. I don't want to have to waste my... Christmas Day is my computer playing day. That's the one day of the year that I sit in...
Yeah, because you don't have any other days to do that.
And play computer games all day long. I don't have to talk to anybody. Everybody's gone. They're all doing their own shit. Nobody's,
There was a post this morning on Twitter. It was written by someone in the UK, and it was pretty good. And she basically said, if you are alone and by yourself at Christmas, you don't need to be sad or anything. Sign up for Twitter just for the day and follow this hashtag. And all these people were just having this massive conversation and help each other out. And I thought, actually, that's really good, especially for people that are withdrawn, live by themselves, have no interaction with people. If they're savvy with the internet, they should just check it out and just start talking to people.
Well, and now I've got a couple of flatmates, but the last 8 years I lived by myself.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't talk to anybody for 3-4 days.
Yeah, that's healthy.
I was the ultimate shut-in. And it was like, that's some of the best days, man. Because I have great company with me, particularly with a bottle or two. Yeah. And anyway.
So I think Twitter's pretty good because you can talk about what crap's on TV and whatever.
I totally agree. Actually, I never thought about doing Twitter on a day like that, and that would be perfect. Is there a hashtag for hangovers?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I never thought of that. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Wake up, I've got a hangover, Twitter hangover hashtag, and talk crap. That would be awesome.
When they first started doing hashtags, I couldn't get my head around what the hell it was.
Yeah.
Because there was a website that I found myself on, and it was listing all the top hashtags. And I couldn't work out how it fitted into this thing called Twitter. And I was like, what is this tag thing?
It is a concept, and it takes a bit to get. Like, I couldn't tell you the moment I got it, but at some point I got it. Like, I didn't get it. I got it, you know?
Yeah, initially I was...
The thing I've got to get hold of and really get onto is Reddit. I need to understand that because I just don't get it. Like, the whole forum structure is... painful.
No. You will love Reddit.
I know.
You will love it.
And that's part of the problem too, because I'm afraid I'll get lost in it and just
you have
right into it. Yeah.
You have to make sure you pick the subreddits that you want to look at, and you can put that on your front page and all that. But it's the conversations that make Reddit. Yeah. And you will be but the problem is, as soon as you write a comment, you get like trolled and people scream at you and stuff and tell you how stupid you are. But that's just the internet. Apart from that, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I've never worried about that shit anyway.
What? No, that's right. And everyone on there sounds like an expert, so you'd fit right in.
I always sound like an expert. That's
I
awesome.
know.
I just applied for a job, and I've done it in a very expertise way. So hopefully that goes well. It'd be nice to get the job. I won't lie; it's a good salary and stuff.
It
does mean I'll be going up to Auckland a lot. If not / living there. But at the same time, I'm sort of going, well, this goofing around stuff's pretty good. I quite like that.
I think...
it doesn't pay well.
Yeah, but I think it's the acting thing. You've almost started at the wrong time of the year. Like, you had a whole bunch of work, which was fine, but then it's Christmas. So from next year, when it all kicks off again, it's going to be interesting to find out how much... you want 3 months' worth of data, I guess. So you know that in 3 months I earn roughly this much.
Yeah.
Because it's very variable.
I thought, if I can get 2 jobs a week, I'll have enough to pay the rent.
Yeah.
I won't be able to pay anything else.
No, just the rent.
I really need 4 or 5 jobs a week. And that is, that's pretty
And also
hard.
You're going to have to see the difference between summer and going through the winter
winter,
period.
There's no work.
There must be a little bit.
But it basically dries up. You've got this big, a lot.
So in a perfect world, you need a job for 6 months of the year for winter.
Yeah.
And
or my own business where it's just ticking over enough to pay the bills.
Yes, you should work on that.
Yeah, I need to work on that. I've been working on that a little bit.
So
anyway,
Memrise?
Memrise is a new app that I found.
Well, this is that thing you were staring at the other day.
Yeah. So Memrise, it's Memrise. I came across it when I spent a day, and I'm not joking when I say a day on the Tim Ferriss blog, the 4-hour work week,
You didn't purchase anything, though, did you?
No, I didn't purchase it. I can't purchase anything. I've got no money.
Just checking.
But I links went here, there, and everywhere. A great link on the snowflake method of writing a book, which I'm going to use for my screenplay, actually. But anyway, I found this Memrise. And first of all, I just mucked around with it on the website, so I think it's memrise.com, and it helps you remember stuff. So they had a competition where this woman, after 4 weeks of training, memorized a full deck of cards in order, and she did it within a minute, under a minute, memorized it, and then put them all back in the same order, and won $10,000, which is pretty cool, because that was a promo for the site. So I thought that was pretty cool. And so I went in and I've started learning Arabic script, the writing of it. This morning I added Japanese because I know a little bit, and I added French, which was the first one I just jumped into. I went, French. And it was basic French, and I did French at school, so a lot of that I remember. But it's really cool. And then the app is probably even better
Oh.
the screen. So the app, I didn't realize that a lot of this, particularly the Arabic stuff, was you had to get the sound right. And I was just looking at the pictures and stuff and the way it was written. But there's lam and lam. I can't tell the difference. Like, I'm still really, really bad at that. So, but yeah, check it out. Memrise. It is a app, and if you want to learn a language or something like that,
so
it's like because it's real gamification. It's really good game stuff, and it's actually quite fun to do. And rather than play Candy Crush, you know what I mean. It's just as engaging. But you're coming out with something. You're learning something.
Yeah, it says it's the ultimate memorization tool for learning languages.
Yeah, it's not all languages. I think there's other things in there other than languages, but I think languages is the most thing.
Oh, I'm just reading the description.
There is a pro version, which is like $60 for a year, and I don't know what you get from that, because I've been doing... I think the pro version, what they do is they do a lot more customization. So if you are having problems with certain words, it will change the testing or whatever so that it focuses, or the lesson so it focuses on those words more. But, just the free one seems pretty cool with me. But I've only been doing this for a couple of days, so I will let you know how that goes. And you can set it up so you've got a daily amount. So I've set it up that I do 5 minutes a day on each of these languages.
Oh, okay, cool.
And you get points for it, and there's a leaderboard. Because the first day I went on there, I started going through this Arabic, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I quite enjoy this. And then I saw the leaderboard, and I was at number 40 for the week, and I was like, So I got up to about number 12 for the week, and I wanted to get onto the top 10, but I'd already been doing it for an hour, and I thought, I better go and do something else.
Oh, I'm going to have to check this app out, I think.
Yeah.
Don't know if I'm going to...
And try both. Try the desktop and try the app. Because you log in with the same one. I just logged in with my Google Plus account type thing.
Yeah.
So when you're doing it on one, then you can go to the other one, and it knows where you're at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's worth trying both because they are slightly different, and you might like one more than the other.
Okay, there we go. Educational corner from Chris.
Yeah, dropping knowledge. Oh God, I'm stealing the fighter and the kid shit again.
Oh, it's all right. I don't know how much crossover there is between the two podcasts. So.
No, I'm pretty sure they don't listen to us anyway. What's this?
I've moved it.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're going to wrap this up.
We're going to wrap this up.
So
and you did the dictionary thing.
Yeah.
That was that
Emoji.
opening blur. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So next week we will hear all about our Christmas tales. I may have more than Chris if Chris is just playing computer games.
Playing computer games and drinking. Yeah.
Although if he's drinking and playing computer games, you never quite know what's going to happen.
I might do the Twitter thing. Who knows?
He might somehow...
I might have a Twitter Tinder hookup.
You might have a Russian bride on the way. I don't know.
I wish. Yeah. Anyway.
Honestly. Yeah,
Sorry, Tiffany.
Tiffany, just get hold of him. He's not as weird as he sounds.
Yeah. No. Anyway, there was another chick on Tinder that also sort of connected with, and then
what do you mean sort of?
So we both matched, and then I sent her a conversation. She sent me something back, and I couldn't think of anything else to say, so I never said anything else. And then, but we have a bunch of friends in common on Facebook, and she's got kids, and I'm like, is she the ex of one of these guys I used to work with? Like that, I worked with them like
world.
10 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm going through trying to figure out who she, because I know the guys, but I don't know her. And I was like,
so you're doing some.
And I know a couple of them have been divorced a couple of times, but I've never really known their wives.
So some first class Chris stalking happening.
Yeah, I did a bit of that. She looks great. I won't even mention the name right now because that's just terrible. But anyway, I haven't worked out who she is. So
if you want to hear more about Chris's life exploits, check out the chrisandsampodcast.com. There's another 60 episodes of awesomeness and strangeness from both of us.
And how is the Laugh of Chris coming?
It's
stalled, hasn't it? It's done.
It's not done. It's just at the back burner of the thing. I'm still trying to fully work out my fatigue issue.
Oh, really?
I'm better, but I'm not 100% right, and I think I've...
Have you been taking those pills regularly?
I was, and then I stopped because I got some weird chest hurty feeling.
Oh, all right, like an indigestion type thing?
Yeah, it was Yeah, I had to stop to see if it was from the gym, actually.
Oh, yeah,
It was further down.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was the gym. You would get a lot of crunches on that body combat. Like, there's a lot of abdominal, upper abdominal, lower.
Yeah, I think it was from the pump class, actually.
All right.
More than combat, but...
Yeah, true.
Anyway, we're still working on that, but the laughofchris.com is still in my sights. Actually, that's a 2016 project. I've got another, I think, 3 websites to build. That's one of them, so it'll be great.
I got to get off my ass and do some work, man. I got to get. I'm so busy doing nothing at the moment.
No, but that is honestly, we should be wrapping this up. But you do get busy doing nothing.
You do,
and sometimes it's hard to snap out of it.
I know,
because you're like, if you've got a full-time job, you know you've only got limited amount of time to do the project that you want to do in your spare time, which is good.
So you really shoehorn that shit in.
And when you've got all the time in the world. No, don't matter.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of in holiday.
Yeah. My biggest thing yesterday was I managed to apply for that job, and I did it properly. You know, I rewrote the CV. I wrote a decent cover letter. I got hold of a couple of referees that were relevant to the thing, briefed them, got their okay, did all that, and submitted it. And I was pretty happy with that. And I was like, and in the afternoon I'm going to do blah 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 blah, and I didn't.
Yeah, my goal for 2016 is to have a bit more engagement with all my little fans for the Op Shop directory. So I've finished the second lot today. Twice a week for a whole year, there's going to be posts going on Facebook. I automated all of them.
Yeah. But you got to remember to then, if they comment on it and you've got to comment back and stuff.
Yeah. I don't have.
But that's cool because the initiation is automated, so that's pretty cool. I like that. That's very good.
And I was just thinking this morning, we can do that for the filmmakers one. We can do filmmakers quotes. Once
that
a week
was the
for
other
a year.
thing. I was supposed to get this next episode of the filmmakers podcast done before January, and that's next week.
That's okay. That is on my list of things to do because I have to slot that together now.
Yeah. So we'll get that done. Okay, so that really is it. We will have to wrap that up. You can check out the show notes for this at thechrisandsampodcast.com. Or, Sam, you can go to Twitter at Chris and Sam Pod, or on Facebook, The Chris and Sam Podcast.
Yes, we'd love to hear what you're up to these holidays, or anything really.
We should do a competition. If you go onto the Chris and Sam Podcast on Facebook and share a photo of one of your presents from Christmas, then we will laugh and abuse at you at the next show.
Actually, we want to know if you have what the weirdest Christmas gift is that you got this year. That's it.
Okay, what's weirdest Christmas
You're
gift?
not going to get any, but I'm bound to get something strange.
Oh, yeah, I won't get anything.
Okay, then. That's us.
Okay, so that's us. We'll catch you next time on the Chris and Sam Podcast.
See ya.
Bye.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure to subscribe and we'll catch you next week. Don't forget to tell your friend.